Hello, in this video I'll talk to you about le conditionnel passé and also C clauses. Please like, subscribe and share. So le conditionnel passé is the past conditional in French, which means it's the conditional tense in the past tense. So how do you form it? You put the subject first and you put the auxiliary verb. This is the correct conjugation of the conditional, which is either avoir, if it is not a verb of motion, or être, which if it's a verb of motion. And lastly, you put the past participle. So it's a bit like the pluperfect tense and passé composé, because there's always a subject auxiliary verb and a past participle. Only in this case, the auxiliary verb is different. And then as always, the past participle needs to agree with the subjective if it takes être, and if the past participle may agree with its direct object, it takes avoir. And they are used in C clauses, or when something would have occurred if the condition was met. For example, si le lait avait été bon marché, je l'aurais acheté. If the milk had been cheap, I would have bought it. Elle serait allée à l'université, mais elle n'a pas obtenu de bonnes notes. She would have got to university, but she didn't get good grades. And you can see that it's serait instead of avait, because it's a verb of motion, and the past participle has to agree with the subject with feminine singular, so you add an extra e to the end of the past participle. And here are some C clauses. There are different types, and C means if, because we haven't gone through that before. So in French there are particular combinations of tenses that are required after C. The first one is present and present. For example, si le jeu est bon marché, je l'achète. If the game is cheap, I buy it. And I use the same sentence for the next few because it's easy to understand. And next is present and then future. So the first is present, si le jeu est bon marché, je l'achèterai. That bit, je l'achèterai, is the future tense, the simple future. So if the game is cheap, I will buy it. And next you can do is present and imperative. So si le jeu est bon marché, achetez-le. If the game is cheap, buy it. We haven't gone through imperatives yet, but they're basically bossy verbs, so tell you what to do, like cook the egg or buy the shopping. Next, imperfect plus conditional. For example, si le jeu était bon marché, je l'achèterai. If the game was cheap, I would buy it. And lastly, it's the pluperfect plus conditional perfect, which is what we just learned. For example, si le jeu avait été bon marché, je l'aurais acheté. If the game had been cheap, I would have bought it. So we've learned all of these tenses apart from the imperative, which we will do so later. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, subscribe and share.